Started the recording on our computer. We're live everywhere. Hello, everybody. I'm Brenny Larson, and today I'm hosting Marie Claire on our Wednesday weekly show of Answers from the Field. And we have a lovely guest today, and her name is Heather. Hey, Heather.
Hi.
Guys, we're on this really fun journey, and we want you to join us. So there's several ways you can do it. Go to our Momentum U page, and you can click on the Zoom link and show up on the live webinar and put messages in chat, raise your hand, and at the end of the call, we all get together and really have a fun time, and that's really the best part of it. Otherwise, you can just comment on Facebook itself. We have the live stream going there. Please share it out. Well, hey, everybody, how fun. Hey, Kim Kirk. Hey, Josette Diaz. Guys, please share this out. There's people that want to go on this journey with us. We're on the water journey and reprogramming who we are. And today, we have a great call. So what I'm going to do is share the screen really quick and show you where you can go get the guide. Then I'll come back, and Marie Claire will take it away and say hello to everyone, and we will be on our journey. Okay, so here we are on the momentumu.online page. You can go here, sign up for our free newsletter, and we send that out once a week. We don't overwhelm people. And these are all of the mentors that are in the Momentum U program. All you have to do is click on Marie Claire's face on the main page here. And if Mercury retrograde is not in full force, it'll take you right to her page, which is just /MC. I'm going to take you there right now. Guys, just be patient with Mercury retrograde. Everyone's having some fun with it, if you call it that. Okay, MC. So Momentum U online /MC is Marie Claire's page here. And if you look at the navigation bar up at the top, let me move this navigation bar from Zoom. You'll be able to see there's free stuff, sessions, answers from the field replay. So if you click on that answers from the field replay, you'll see there's a guide for the live stream. And this is for today also, but it's also if you want to watch the replays, which I highly suggest because it's a theme that we're going through. Just click on that guide, and it'll open up and you can download it. And this is what it looks like. We're going to be doing an exercise, and you're going to want to keep this information because you can do this over and over and over again. Okay, so I'm going to get Marie Claire on here, and I'm going to get the cameras lined up a little better, and we will get this show started. So stop the share. Get rid of me. Take it away, Miss MC. You're in charge now.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and joining us and creating a field of energy, which is what you do every time you show up, either physically or intellectually for an event. You are lending a part of yourself to that event, place, concept. So this is actually important that you hear what I'm saying carefully, because then you need to be very circumspect when you choose to show up for something. Don't just be, I'm gonna hang out, whatever. Sometimes we can hang out, but it's good also to be very conscious of what it is that we are lending our energy to. So I trust that you very graciously and consciously are lending your energy to the field that we're creating here today. And I would like to welcome Heather.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being our guest, our star guest today.
You're welcome.
And just to say that I'm a channel, and the way I channel is by tuning into frequencies within the fields of frequency, of vibrational frequency, where we all exist, where our thoughts take us, where our feelings take us. So I would like to see your face. Here we go. Here we go. So we are working on a theme. We started with the Water Day simply because it's really very important to be aware of the incredible opportunity that we have when we study, pay attention to the quality of water and what we're made of, which is mostly water, what the planet is made of, which is mostly water. And I believe it's no accident, since the water keeps the memory. So the memory in our DNA, every cell is made of 99% or 98% water. So it carries a lot of memory. And we can program water. Therefore, it means we can reprogram the memory that's within our cells. So, hey, that means that we can do whatever it is that we choose to with the way we exist in present time, okay, without having to be encumbered by the past, if we choose to. But we can also choose to be informed by the past and not burdened. So, Heather, I would like to say just something that came in. Today we are focusing mainly on our strengths, which are those components in our DNA which come from all our lives. They come from the information of our mother lineage, our father's lineage, and here we are carrying all this. And so there is something that came up when I was tuning into you in the beginning, which has to do with being sensitive to the opinion of others in your life.
Yep.
This is something you really want to reclaim your entire field from where it is that you put it every time that this happens. And it happens with see that is robbing you of your own life force.
Yep.
Now, when you think about this, people, we're all busy with our own history, and we're all busy with living life to the best of our ability. But that's each individual. So imagine that you are sensitive to what I think of you, but you have no idea how messed up I may be today when I happen to see you, and I might be going, oh my God, what's wrong with that woman? Look at her nose. And, or the way she's expressing herself, it's like, oh dear. This would be a projection on my part. And I would be projecting because I would be coming from a place of fear within myself. Because if I was totally anchored in my own field, my own life, and going about my business of living to the best of my ability, I wouldn't have anything I would have no opinion of you, right?
Sorry.
This is, no, don't worry, this is confirmation.
Okay.
The dog is confirming what we're saying. Excellent. It's perfect. Yes. Yes. No opinions on whatever. We never have enough information anyway.
Oh, good.
So, listen, you have to tell your dog that we got the message.
Yeah, I'll let him know. Sammy, you're good now. It's all good. Come here. Come here, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's good now.
Excellent. So I would really recommend the guidance that I'm receiving now. Obviously, it's not me because I don't have anything to say to you because I don't know you. So the guidance that I'm receiving is that you develop a practice where you will be supporting your connection with your soul, this part of you that is embodied, this aspect that is you, that is Heather, and that you start reconnecting with what it is, what it means to be Heather. And Heather is this magnificent person who has volunteered to host the soul. So you may have been studying how difficult it is to be constantly thrown off kilter by what other people think. You might move continents, and then what goes in where you live doesn't go anymore. So what do? It's like, the fragility of existence is something that you've been studying up until now. So take it like that. It's not a weakness. It is something that you have been getting to know very intimately. And for what reason is for you to investigate what is it that you can do with knowing how it feels to be at the mercy, because you choose to, of others, right? And this can have far-reaching consequences. So you may want to connect with your guides and ask them to, maybe if you're ready, to put to close down this cycle. And it feels like you're ready to start a different cycle where you can harness your entire energy field, your life force, and then apply it somewhere else, rather than having to be constantly looking over your shoulder, kind of thing, right? So does that ring a bell with you?
It does. It does ring a bell with me. I have a lot of tough decisions that I'm making right now, and a lot of different people's opinions. And I think I know what the right decision is, but it's not easy.
It's not easy. It is easier than you think. Because once you connect with the motivation for taking the decision, then you connect to the energy that will be propelling you forward. That's the thing. So the rest, you also have to connect with the fact that we need to allow others to follow their path. And in their path, there are a lot of, they will have their own fears, which, as I exemplified before with me imagining judging you, they will project onto you, because especially when you take decisions that are going to be kind of revolutionary. And revolutionary is always within a context, right? It's not necessarily that you're going to put a bomb somewhere. It may be an energetic bomb for your friends, for your family, for the people that you work with, and that will press buttons. So by being aware of this, create a field, like a double membrane kind of thing, so you can breathe around your aura, so that you don't feel subjected to the projections of others. And you can also, I really highly recommend this, use the mirrors, so that you dress yourself completely in mirrors from now on until you have effected the change that your decision is taking you to. So that people can still, they will send you, they will their ideas, their opinions, they will project towards you, but those projections are going to bounce off your field.
Mm-hmm.
And don't worry about them. They're just going to get their own stuff maybe a bit maximized, as in, you know, when you have you hear yourself in audio.
Yeah.
Marie
You know?
Claire, can anybody use this mirror? There's a lot of people that show up on these calls and this is all new to them. So can you just, because you're helping her and we have all these people on the call we want to help, just talk a little bit about how you said dress yourself in the mirror? Because I know there's a lot of people right now really need this.
Yes, for sure. Obviously, because we are going through a phase of major changes, we're all reassessing who we are and what we want to do with our lives. So inevitably, we're going to be taking decisions that are going to ruffle some feathers around us. So our energy field is created just like the atmosphere that surrounds the planet by our vibrational frequency. So we have an invisible field around our physical body. And that is the first line of protection energetically. So whenever somebody is saying something or thinking something or feeling something, it gets released out of their own psyche and it just travels. And if it's directed to somebody, it will reach the first line of the first port of call, which will be the auric field, which is this field that surrounds the body. And so in order to avoid being already subjected to that influence, we want to put, you know, when I say like a coat of mirrors, it's literally you visualize, use your imagination to maybe visualize you putting even a cloak would even be better because you want to have your entire self covered. So no part of you is going to be exposed, and you literally have, you're designing this cloak full of mirrors that are shining outwards. So, and you can put on the inside whatever it is that makes you feel really good. Like, for example, if you like the feeling of clear quartz crystals, you could line your coat with clear quartz or rose quartz that gives you this calm and supportive and warm feeling inside, or a color, you know, like you have, what do you call it on the inside of coats? What's that word in English? The lining, exactly, the lining. So you choose a lining with a color that makes you feel really good, really safe, really warm and strong in yourself. So, you know, it's very good to just use your imagination and grab anything that comes to your mind without censoring it and thinking, oh, that's really stupid. Or, you know, how is that going to make any difference? It's just go for it. Go for it. We've been using these tools for a very, very long time on the planet, a very long time. So don't be the one that is going to be putting this barrage, this censorship. You know, it's amazing. When I was bringing my daughter up, she's now 28, you know, I would tell her about energy and protection and all that. And she would come up with this. She said, I have a hand. My hand all of a sudden becomes big, 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 big. I have this huge hand. And as soon as I feel a bit insecure, I just call my hand, that special hand, and the hand was growing and it was just so strong. And for her, that was, you know, she used her hand for years. And in fact, recently she said to me, oh, I felt insecure at home, blah, blah, blah. And the hand appeared and I thought, this is amazing. It's like, it's the childhood protection thing, and it worked. It deflects the energy out, which is what you want to do. So choose whatever works for you so powerfully. So, yes. What else? Do you have a question in particular that you want?
Yeah, I'm going, supposed to be going on a trip coming up, and I'm very nervous about it. And going with I say significant other. I mean, I've known him for a while, but I met him once in person. And I don't know, I'm not quite sure. It'd be like a 6-week trip, all different places in the US, then Australia. I don't know.
What makes you feel insecure? Why aren't you, yeah, what's your primary feeling?
A lot of money, and I don't have a lot of money right now to go on it. My car hasn't been working that well, so a little over a week of the trip would be the California road trip, and so those are two of the big issues, and just kind of differences in opinion on different things.
No, those issues that you mentioned are very practical. They're not intuitive, are they?
Mm-mm.
You don't have much money, going on a 6-week trip.
Yeah.
That's a financial concern.
Right.
And if your car is not working very well, that's a practical, that's your intelligence. Is your intelligence telling you, maybe it's not the time to invest in such a trip?
Mm-hmm.
You might do it a little bit later in the year.
Mm-hmm.
And the other part is, why would you set on a road trip with a car that could let you down at any turn? Yes.
Yeah.
But you see, Heather, this is part of the thing about listening to yourself, honoring yourself. Part of us is our intelligence. That's a part of us.
Mm-hmm.
So when we second guess our intelligent conclusions, we create chaos inside our own mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have information, the mind takes it, analyzes it, concludes, this is not the right time, this is not the right car.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? You go, oh, I don't know, but maybe, but now how can I turn around and say to him, I've changed my mind. What's he going to think about me? Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's not too happy right now. And I'm like, oh. And then it's like he's trying to convince me.
Yeah. It's like, who cares? Who cares? Who cares what he thinks? Honestly, you need to care about yourself. And that part of you that is going, red flag, is your protection.
Mm-hmm.
If you throw that out the window,
yeah,
you're on your toad.
Yeah.
You're exposing yourself for no reason whatsoever. It's not the same as going into a house that is in flames because your dog is inside and the fire brigade is nowhere to be seen yet. That's a massive you're taking a massive risk, but your dog is like your child, so you're going there. But why would you put yourself, who you love so much,
Mm-hmm.
at the risk of being, broke and God knows what with the car?
Mm-hmm.
Heather.
Yeah.
Heather.
Okay, Heather, what would you tell your best friend if she gave you this exact scenario?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Where do you feel it in your body when it constricts that makes you get a little nervous?
Anxiety. It's usually in my heart. It starts kind of racing.
Her heart starts racing.
Yeah.
My thing is too, just think about it. One of the things I always tell my students is, if you think you're enlightened, go on a road trip with your family. And you said 6 weeks, and I went, well, that might be a very short relationship. I mean, she's just telling you to really, everybody, to breathe into who you are and trust who you are. Things are more simple than you think. And that's what I'm finding out when I work with MC, Marie Claire, that's what I call her. We make things so tough on ourselves, and then, you know, we get into this, oh, I can't do that, I don't believe that information, and then we create the chaos she was talking about. We're really confused, and that's where you're probably feeling that, huh? You're not the only one. That's why we do these calls for several reasons, because many people are where you're at right now. Maybe not going on a road trip, but they are understanding the situation. So by her doing these calls, she can already help people. Many people are going to be using the deflecting tools, the mirror, and that's why we do it. And then, of course, we want you to follow us further. We want to help people, you know, and that's why we do this. So you can go get free training from her, visualizations, get sessions with her. That's why we do it.
But also, Heather, you know, in this particular scenario, I would slow down in terms of hanging out with the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Just for a bit, while you cement your relationship to yourself so that you identify who you are really strongly. Because this is how you're going to be able to attract mates that are vibrating with that frequency of respect towards you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it feels like this is it's a very, very good time for you to choose yourself over who knows who.
Yeah.
And who's this guy anyway? Come on. It's like, who is he?
Yeah.
We're both your mothers in the background going, no, you're not going on that road trip, honey. That ain't happening.
I can see that you can plan your trip really nicely. Yeah. Really, really nicely. And I can see, you know, this Australia trip for further along, and it could even be in the fall or something like that, or winter months. But then you'd have something to look forward to when you stabilize your entire field, and then you're stronger. And then from that place of strength, you can go and discover other energies that will strengthen you further, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Heather, I can attest to it's no fun going on a vacation or a journey and not having money to spend. I went to China for 3 weeks and only had $100 after I paid all my fees and everything and flights. And so to be able to buy stuff you want, of course in China, you know, it's really cheap. So I could get a lot for $100. But, you know, if you want to go on the journey, you want to enjoy it too. So you want to be in that place of excitement, not worry about, oh, can I get that? I really want it or not.
Right.
Okay, to keep us on time, we have about 22 minutes left on the call. So we are now going to go on a journey. Everybody get your exercise books out. And that doesn't mean like exercise, even though you can. It's exercise.
Better to just be still for a bit. So if you close your eyes, you could mute yourself, Heather. Okay. I'll mute you. Yeah, you're muted. All right, you can even switch your video off if you want for the journey. So let's take a big breath, a big connecting breath inside ourselves, so that we definitely feel the connection to who we are inside our body and our presence here on this call today. And now I'd like you to breathe another breath that is going to be connecting to everyone on this call. And this will include everyone who will listen to the call on the replay And we are cementing this field where we are lending our energy, some of our energy, of our own free will, with grace, to creating a field that is supportive. And now I'd like you to feel that we have actually created a sort of a grid between all of us. It is very strong, it is really protective, and it breathes. And I'm organizing this energy field into a circle. So breathe in a circular way around the circle, strengthening this field. Remember, we're using our strengths, those that we have built for eons, since we have been knocking around this planet, with the strengths that we have inherited from our mother and our father and their lineage. And it's with those that we are strengthening this field that we are creating. And feel your power. And this is what you're choosing to do with your strength today, right now, at this time, this particular time. And now I'd like you to feel the energies settling around the circle. It's a strong, very strong circle, and it's very fluid at the same time. And I'd like to invite you to put in the middle of this circle gently your concerns, those things that worry you. Maybe an unclear mind, maybe feeling burdened by lack. Maybe feeling weighed down by a health concern. Just keep putting all those concerns in the center of the circle. In the center of the circle is this, I've just seen it, it's like a white cloth, like really finely woven. That whose sole function is to receive our concerns, just to receive the excess weight that we're carrying today. Just unburden yourself of those concerns that you're carrying for others as well. And breathe into your system where you feel a lot lighter. And breathe this like a golden breath inside yourself, where you can just expand with your strength. Just expand. Not a care in the world. You're just sitting here in community, supported by each other. And bask in your own presence. And be content to share it with everybody else around this circle. Now there are 4 doves that arrive, picking up each corner of this cloth and taking every one of our concerns and weights away, 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 up and up and up above. And they just fly. And instead, we have a field filled with flowers. And this is us. This is us, and this is the earth. And drink from the flowers. Drink from the green, the lusciousness of the grass. Just feeling so serene. You're making this happen. This is how powerful you are. It is thanks to your strengths and that of your neighbor and that of your neighbor and that of your other neighbor that we have this magnificent field filled with flowers and now some bees and some birds. And it smells divine. So check it out. This is what you've created. And breathe this knowledge and this experience back into your solar plexus, which is the place that you will find between your breasts, between your ribs, your rib cage at the front of your body, just before your stomach starts. And that has to do with your identity, with who you are. So breathe this, you powerful being, into your solar plexus. You created this today, and be sure that, of course, you did not create it alone. And you were not designed to create anything on your own. Because such is not the nature of human beings. Breathe that information into your solar plexus. and the certainty that you have a community that you can count on. And if you ever feel lonely, you can listen to this replay, tune into all of us present here. And this is for real. We're all here. Take another breath. Feel the circle again. And feel joy and gratitude for the connection with everyone, for the connection with yourself, your wonderful self. And another breath. And just come back to your individual field where you are now, sitting or lying down. And maybe drink a little bit of water if it's nearby. And I hope that you have been inspired by what you have just seen and what you have created. This is the extent of your capacity for today. And I hope to see you again next Wednesday or on any other Wednesday that you feel like sharing your energy with us.
You can always tell when I do meditations because I'm just so calm for a little bit. That was great. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody on Facebook that shows up. We appreciate you. Start putting comments in there because we can answer questions once she's not on that 15-minute channeling. But we'd love to have you on Zoom because at the end of the call, then we can get together and have a little chat and see what's going on. And that's the fun part, at least for me. I always enjoy behind the scenes. So thank you, Facebook. We do this now. We locked in the time of 11 a.m. Central. That's 9 a.m. Pacific and noon Eastern time. And UK time, 5 p.m. We try different times, and this is what we're going to stick with for a while at least, and we go on themes and journeys. So April, we're reprogramming your water to you, releasing things, and we are honoring the time of 1 hour because we know everyone's busy. So what we do is we have a guest show up so that we all can learn from this channeling she does and get these attunements. But what if you're interested in that at all, go to our Facebook page. It's Momentum U on Facebook. And under the events, just click on events. You'll see Marie Claire has her events set up. Or just comment on there that you would like to be a guest. We choose random people, or actually not random people, people that share this content, people that show up on the live calls. And we love to have guests. So if you're interested, please put your name in there. And otherwise, share this information out. Just if somebody listens to that lovely meditation at the end, that's really awesome. So I want to thank everybody on Facebook. I'm going to stop the recording there. We will see you next week, which is the 19th. And we will have your guide ready for you to go on another journey. So thank you, Facebook. I'm closing that now. Well, yay, we made it through Facebook.
We did.
Okay, and I'm going to post it. And I want to thank everybody on Zoom that shows up on Zoom. We appreciate you there too. And remember, guys, the great thing about this is if you listen to the replay, you have the same benefit. You're in the same field as us. We'll see you next Wednesday. Say bye to everyone, Heather, but you stay on. I'm just going to stop the recording.
Okay.